Hello, I'm with Louisa Rose from Yalumba Wines, who's just given a masterclass here in London. Louisa, could you tell me and the viewers what is involved in obtaining perfectly ripe Viognier fruit?
Yes, Viognier is a different variety from what we're used to in the more mainstream Australian varieties like Chardonnay and Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc, because the flavours come into the grapes only very, very late in the ripening cycle. So for weeks you can go out and you can taste the grapes and they taste very bland and ordinary, and you start to think that the end of the season's coming along, and then overnight almost you see these apricots and blossom characters come into the wines, and they're just fantastic. But it happens literally overnight, and then you know the grapes are ready to pick.
So there is some risk involved, but what you get in return is quality juice, is that right?
That's right, and the risk is small, but the risk is obviously getting towards the end of the season. But Viognier skins are very thick, and because they're so thick they protect the grapes very well, so that they're quite, they can handle a little bit of rain or something.
And then how do you treat the grapes when you get them into the winery? I mean, to bring out the characters, the aromatics, and you said thick skins. I mean, how do you break through that?
Well, because they've got thick skins, Viognier is a naturally very phenolic variety. So if you're not careful, it can get very bitter and brown and oily. And the way that we handle that, or the way that we prevent that happening, is that we let the juice naturally react or passively react with the air. So when we squeeze it, we don't add any preservatives, we don't cover it with carbon dioxide, we just let the juice run from the grapes into the fermentation vessel, and it naturally oxidizes with the air, and it goes quite brown. And that brown are the phenolics oxidizing, and as they oxidize they become heavy and they fall out and they literally precipitate out, and you end up with this beautiful bright green wine with lots and lots of aromatics.
And then just finally, well, how would you say is the longevity of these wines of Viognier? Because we know some of the styles in Condria, but in the Eden Valley where you guys are, what kind of wines, how long will they age?
Well, I think what we're seeing is, with using that oxidative handling, using the indigenous yeast ferments that we do, that the wines actually are starting to age beautifully. And we've got Virgilius, which is our flagship Viognier. I know that wine will age beautifully for 10 years and really build in intensity and structure without becoming broad. Now, I'm going to need another 10 years to tell you whether it can make 20, because we haven't been making it that long.
That's fair enough. Thank you very much, Louisa.
Pleasure.
Thank you.